Thanks for spending some time today to talk with me about education and facilities management. Would you like to just jump in with a quick who you are and what you do?
Sure, love to. Thanks for having me. So I'm Kristen Hurtado. I'm an assistant research professor at Arizona State University, and I'm out of the College of Engineering, School of Sustainable Engineering, the Built Environment. That's where we house facilities and construction management. And I do a blend of, I do some teaching in addition to industry research. So organizations, facility managers, owners, different organizations that are looking to change their companies, tools, processes, practice, procedures, and we actually measure that organizational change over time. We measure adoption levels of new tools and technologies and processes in the built environment. And I
Awesome.
also manage our training and development programs too, which I
Oh,
meant
just
by
on
teaching.
the
So
side.
teaching undergrad, teaching grad students and so forth, and then teaching professionals through certificates and credentials and advanced training.
Wow, that's a lot, but that's awesome. What all kinds of programs does ASU offer in the facilities management realm?
So we do have a master's concentration in facilities management, and we have professional certificate programs that we offer in facilities, building information modeling, and procurement.
Excellent. What and kind of, we at Stratum are talking through kind of helping professionals transition into the facility management space when
Mhm.
people are trying to look at higher education or education in general. What kind of application process do you typically look at for programs entry level or whatever level, I guess, for your programs?
Well, me personally, I would say the program has to be a good fit with that individual. So
Sure.
training and education is not a one size fits all. But generally speaking, a traditional degree program like a master's or a bachelor's is going to have, associated requirements and whatnot. Ours tend to be pretty generous because our university's focus is on by who we include, not who we exclude. And then when we look at the professional certificate training and development side, there's no prerequisites. You can join at any time, and it's self-paced with certain schedules and things around all of that. So yeah, in terms of entry to more training is typically quite easy, but determining which training is right for you tends to be the harder question.
Yeah, definitely. And that's something at Stratum we're looking to help kind of codify and allow people to make better decisions. Along your point there, that it's not one size fits all. How do you
Mm-hmm.
think about, and what advice would you give for people trying to figure out how to think about education and certifications when transitioning into the space?
Mm-hmm. Well, facilities management in the built environment is kind of a unique industry in and of itself, consisting of a lot of different interrelated fields and whatnot. Facilities, particularly, I love to call it the accidental profession. So we, for many years and still, get a lot of folks in facilities management positions that didn't necessarily study facilities management, have experience in facilities management formally and so forth, and they're given an opportunity and it aligns with, whatever their future and career goals are. And so they take that opportunity, but they may find that they don't have the formal training and education. So what we've seen, and it's quite natural and organic, I don't know if that'll ever really stop, but there are formal training pathways and so forth. If someone, let's say, who's younger is trying to decide if facilities management is a career for them. For those of us that we have our careers and our backgrounds and so forth, really just kind of taking a hard look at where do you want to be within facilities and so forth. There's a lot of different things facility managers touch. It's kind of like the perfect blend of people and infrastructure, if you really think about it. So yeah, your question about, how do you really figure out where to start and what's right for you? Again, just kind of goes back to where are you looking to start and to achieve. And facilities has lots of options for different interests. Like I said, people and infrastructure is kind of a good blend of both. So I would say just think about, and in general, when I talk to folks, kind of the starting point is think about who's got your dream position, or if there is a job ad that you've seen where you're like, oh, facilities, this is kind of cool, and find out what that person's journey was. 9 times out of 10, it was not a straight line. So be okay with that, be honest with yourself, and then really think about what are your strengths? What can you play off of? A lot of folks that transition from other careers could be like in accounting, finance. It tends to align really well with facilities. Also from the trades and technical side, aligns really well with joining facilities management. So like I said, again, think about, your strengths, your weaknesses, and for your weaknesses, what types of training would benefit you to take it to the next level, get that job you're looking for, or just make yourself more marketable for promotion internally.
Yeah, I think that's phenomenal advice. For your guys' program at Arizona State, I would imagine students going through the program get that same awesome kind of counseling and advice. When students are done with the program, uh, how do you guys view just kind of pipeline for job applications, and what kind of exposure do people get for uh, career opportunities leaving your program?
Yeah, great question. So the nice thing about our program is we're very focused on actually getting into the industry as soon as possible. Most of our students and professionals are either currently working or take on a facilities related role within their training and education, so while they're getting their degree or their certificate. So it's not like get your training and then start and then think about what you want to do. It's very like start now.
Mhm.
And obviously someone with less experience isn't going to get an amazing internship where they're, the head of facilities. So let's be real. But, whatever that opportunity is, take that opportunity. And something that I personally believe and have researched myself through my master's in education is about adult learning. How professionals actually learn should be very hands-on, should be very tangible, very applicable. So that's why the focus on internship, focus on working for the for the formal programs and for the professional programs. A lot of folks are currently working either in facilities or not in facilities, and they take that experience and use it on the job. So maybe they decide after to switch jobs, or maybe they just stay within their current work environment. But yeah, right away, we're talking start working or don't stop working and get your training, kind of our
Gotcha.
philosophy.
Yeah, no, that's an interesting kind of parallel approach there. And myself being a veteran, and Stratum kind of reaching out to try to help veterans as well through this transition process. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
transferable skills that veterans already possess due to their service. I think you've mentioned before that you see success with working with veterans and them going through the education process. Do you have any direct advice towards like a veteran transitioning?
That's a great question. I would say kind of similarly, be
Mhm.
honest about what your strengths and weaknesses are and where you want to go. Don't discount any experience you have related to infrastructure. As I mentioned, facilities management is part people, part infrastructure. If you don't have the people side, it's okay. Or if you don't have the managerial side, that'll come with time. So yeah, there's lots of opportunity there. Today, as I sit here, I would love to say that we have the pathway better figured out for veterans. It's something we're working on. And I think that there's lots of opportunity when I look at the VA in terms of making that transition easier for formal degree and informal programs or non-traditional types of certificates. So hopefully, maybe if we talk again in 6 months, I'll have that pathway better figured out. But there's some red tape, as you'd imagine, with the government.
Oh, of course. Yeah. And
So,
I- Stratum is definitely on the same level there with hoping to achieve a goal to make that education more accessible for sure for veterans, because it is important.
mhm.
So thank you so much for what you are doing. And that kind of covers what I wanted to talk about today. Would you like to leave people with how to contact you and where to go find more information about your programs?
Sure. So you can contact me, Kristen.Hurtado at ASU.edu. We also have a website, Professional Development and Training, PDT.engineering.asu.edu. Yeah, reach out, let us know. You can even just Google us, and I'm happy to even just coach through. Our program might not be a good fit for you. I have a lot of other certificates in training. Personally, I'm a nerd, so I've probably been there, done that, and I can tell you what the test is like. So please feel free to reach out.
Awesome. Well, Kristen, thank you so much for your time today. I can't wait till the next time we chat, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.